Hello and good morning to all of you. Today I thought I'll make a quick video to share with you my MRCOG Part 2 notes that I have especially sat down and summarized to help you all pass the MRCOG Part 2 exam with no problems whatsoever. So in this set of notes, I summarize all of the green top guidelines along with nice guidelines. So as this seems to be the bulk of your revision. So um, I have personally sat down and reviewed each and every green top guideline along with its update, and I've included every relevant important point from the guideline into this set of notes. Now, remember that you may look at this document and think, oh, is that all I need to know? But yes, this is what you need to know. You need to know a lot of things, but in quite brief detail. So you don't need to go into the depth of a lot of things. So you need to know a lot of numbers, a lot of facts and figures. But remember, no one's going to ask you to write an essay about a topic. So you need to know the topic without knowing too much, because when you start reading too much and going into too much depth in the topic, you will realize that you're wasting a lot of time in learning all the irrelevant things for your exam. Your exam is just is something that you need to know a wide breadth of the syllabus without getting too much bogged down into the details. Now, having said that, it doesn't mean that you don't understand something. So, for example, if there is something written anywhere that you come across while doing questions or doing even my notes, I want you to look that up and read up on it, because you should have the understanding about the topic. So it's not like you sit and memorize these notes A to B. That's not how it works. You have to know all the facts and figures in these notes. You cannot miss out anything from these notes, because already these notes are so precise, um, and up to and quite up to the point. And this is exactly how I made my notes for my part 2 revision, and passed it in first attempt with no problems whatsoever. These are the notes that I've shared with candidates throughout the years, and they have passed with absolutely no problem. So the point I'm trying to make here is know everything without knowing too much, molecular stuff, and that's what you need to be focusing on. And one way you can make sure you do that is by ensuring that you do lots of questions along with guidelines summary. So if you sat down to summarize guidelines, it's going to take you a hell lot of time, and that is what I have done for you in this set of notes. So I'll scroll down to show you what these notes look like, as a lot of you have been asking. So I've put down important tables in there, I've put down important facts and figures, I've highlighted in bold things that I think are very important for you to know. For example, I've put some questions in there. I've made sure that most of the numbers that are important are again highlighted in bold. That way, hopefully, you're not going to miss it. But basically, this document goes on and on and on with all the green top guidelines summarized, along with there's a separate document for nice guidelines. But the idea is that I have put everything that you have to know for the exams in this one document. So you need to have this document however you revise, whether you do it online or print it out, and just read through these notes every single night before up to the exam. So you have to sit down, give yourself some time, and just look through these notes, look through the facts and figures that I've mentioned in these notes, and that's the way to revise from them. So these notes are not something that you will want to read in one go in like 4 hours or something. You're not going to get any of it. You need to break it down. So every night you read a page or so, and then keep repeating what you've read the previous night. And that way, you're gonna make sure that you accumulate and learn, and hopefully retain everything that you have learned. And alongside, you need to do lots and lots of questions. Now, very similar to the part two revision notes, I've also made another booklet, and that's on your TOG. So your important TOG articles for the last 10 years, I've summarized as well. And again, what I've done is sat down and looked through all your TOG articles for the last 10 years, and got all the important points and tables and charts and graphs and everything out of them. Again, with the intention to help you all pass this exam with absolutely no problems. So please benefit from this booklet that I have put together. um, Unfortunately, it's not free. There is a cost to it. I will be putting links down in the description box, but honestly, trust me, that feeling you get when you've passed your part 2 exam, and you know you've not got to worry about this exam anymore. You put hours and hours and days and months of revision. It's just so totally worth it, and I want you to keep that as your goal. And by keeping that as your goal, don't just keep your focus on the outcome, not on what's required in terms of the preparation. The preparation has to happen in order for you to achieve that outcome. Now, when I revised for my exam, we didn't have any help like this, and I just wished so badly that someone out there would have done this for me as well. Because with on calls, with nights, with tough jobs that we all do as doctors, with our difficult rotations, moving between hospitals, life going on outside work, it does become very tedious and honestly very difficult. And in my opinion, from what I've seen over the years, as to why candidates do not pass the Part 2 exam, the one main reason is lack of preparation. There is, because this exam is not about confidence, not about, you're not going to go there and talk to somebody. It's an exam that the paper, whether it's in the paper format or in the computer format these days, is given to you. All you have to do is sit there, choose A, B, C, D, one answer, move on, next, next, next. So it's not about confidence, it's not about your talking or communication. This exam is from everything in your memory. And if you don't prepare well, then you're not going to have the facts and figures in your memory. Simple as that. And if you haven't got the facts and figures in your memory, then unfortunately, you will not be able to answer the question that is given in front of you. The part 3, however, is a completely different ballgame and requires a completely different method to prepare for it. But part 2 is about getting as much information as possible in your brain relevant to your exam curriculum, so you can so when the question is presented in front of you, you've got absolutely no doubts, and are sure about the answers. So do benefit from this revision notes that I have created, especially to help you all. Over the years, I've had so many candidates contact me. They've done repeated attempts previously for the MRCOG exams, and they're quite fed up with everything. They're losing hope, and what help can I give them? And when I asked these candidates that, have you got a summary of your Green Dot guidelines, of your NICE guidelines, of your BASH guidelines? Honestly, 80% of the students haven't done that. And I feel like if you haven't done your Green Top revision, if you haven't done your NICE revision, I'm sorry to say, but the outcome, you can predict the outcome then, because you haven't done the bulk of the work. I'm really afraid to say that. So what I've done instead, now I do realize that people have got tough lives and tough scenarios going on, especially all over the world. Um, a lot of the followers that I have are actually also outside the UK, and I appreciate that life is tough. So, um, what I did instead was I've stopped asking that question now because I was so disappointed over the years as to what the answer was always. So what I've done is done that summary for you myself. So I've sat down, looked through each and every guideline, each and every TOG article, each and every nice guideline that's relevant, and took out and plucked all the main important points, put it in this Word document, and I've put this on the website so you can purchase a copy and benefit and really just read, benefit, learn, and move on. And what could be better than having a resource that like this available firsthand to you? So please do let me know if you're having any trouble in accessing in terms of purchasing this document. I'm more than happy to help you guys. So do get in touch with me. I want more and more people to pass. That is my ultimate goal at the end of the day, that I just want all of you to pass. I want all of you to experience that feeling that you have passed that exam successfully. So please benefit from the hard work that I've put into this document and get in touch. I look forward